Solids have a fixed shape. Also, liquids are mobile. Solids are not as mobile as liquids. So make sure that you have those key points down because you will see all of that again. You should be logged into Nearpod. Put your name and ID number in the Nearpod. Yeah, no, it should be in a separate. The other option should be the ID. Okay. All right, I'm going to show this a kind of a quick glimpse of the information we're going to cover. And this short little video here.
All the stuff in the universe can be grouped into one key category. Something either matter or it is energy. You've already learned that matter and energy are related to each other with the mass energy equivalent, which was shown by Albert Einstein in his equation equals mc squared. For now, we're going to forget about energy. We're just going to focus on matter. Remember that matter is anything that has mass. And it takes up space, or in other words, has volume. This is a very broad definition, so let's break it down so we can better understand different types of matter. One way that we can categorize matter is based on its purity. Most of the matter in the universe is found in a mixture. And a very small amount of matter in the universe is found as a pure substance. A mixture is a system of matter that is made up of two or more different substances, or types of matter. A great example of a mixture is a pizza. The different substances of the pizza are physically combined together, rather than chemically combined, which is a more perfect combination. In most mixtures, you can pretty easily separate the different substances. A pure substance, on the other hand, is only made up of one substance. In other words, only one type of matter. You can't break it down into any different types of matter. An example of a pure substance is aluminum foil. If you started to tear apart or break down the aluminum foil, it's still going to be aluminum. And so it's a pure substance because it's only made up of one substance or only one type of matter. Let's focus in on mixtures for a moment. There are two categories of mixtures. The first type of mixture is a mixture where you cannot see the different parts of the mixture. We call this type of mixture a homogeneous mixture. The root word homo means same. And so these mixtures appear to be the same throughout the mixture. You can't see the different parts of the mixture. A good example of a homogeneous mixture is a glass of tap water. Tap water has many different substances that are dissolved in it. However, the glass of tap water appears to be perfectly clear. It's a homogeneous mixture. The other type of mixture is the type of mixture where you can actually see the different parts of the mixture. We call these types of mixtures heterogeneous mixtures. The root word hetero means different, and so these mixtures look different throughout the mixture. An example of a heterogeneous mixture is that slice of pizza. As you can see, we can see the different parts of this pizza. We can see the cheese, the pepperoni, the green peppers, and the crust. And so this is a heterogeneous mixture. Let's now take a look at pure substances. A pure substance can also be separated into two categories. To understand these categories, you must think smaller, much smaller. The first type of pure substance is called an element. And the second type of pure substance is called a compound. Both elements and compounds are considered to be pure substances because we cannot break them down any further into any other types of matter. An element is the simplest form of matter that cannot be broken into any other types of matter with physical or chemical means. You may also know these as atoms, and you may have seen a big list of atoms in your chemistry class on the periodic table of elements. Each square on the periodic table represents a specific element. and that element in the simplest form is a simple atom. Each atom, thus each element on the periodic table, are different from each other. A compound, on the other hand, is actually a combination of elements, and these elements are combined in fixed ratios. You may also know these as molecules. Here's a molecule that represents what scientists believe water makes up. We can see that we have a fixed ratio of elements. These white atoms right here represent hydrogen atoms, and this red atom represents an oxygen atom. You may also know the formula for H2O. Water molecules always have the same formula, 2H.
All right, as we go into classification of matter, there's a couple of things that you need to make sure you understand. First, how to classify matter and its forms, what you just said, pure substances and mixtures. So you should have a note-taking guide that you picked up, has a flow chart. On the picture that you see on the screen, copy that exactly how it looks. Don't write anything inside of the matter, mixtures, or pure substance box. So write the names homogeneous mixture at the bottom of the mixture, and heterogeneous mixture at the bottom of mixtures. Or mixtures, yes. Homogeneous should be on the yes side. Heterogeneous should be on the no side.
Do you have a pencil at the bottom?
It's the same flow chart. Just look at it and copy.
Okay.
Not that difficult. Yes, compound element. So it basically states that matter is broken down into mixtures and substances, pure substance. Mixtures are broken down into homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. And pure substances are broken down into compounds and elements. So, now, the next slide, you don't have to copy this, but this states that both elements and compounds have definite makeup and definite properties. And then it just gives some comparisons between an element, a compound, and a mixture. Elements are only one kind of atom. Compounds are two or more kinds of atoms, and mixtures are two or more substances that are physically mixed. So, looking at a couple of examples. So, graphite. Graphite is an example of an element. So, write that down under element for example. Graphite. But then want to know what graphite is used for.
Pencils.
And pencils. A lot of people say it's lead. Lead is not in pencils. Just call it that. It's graphite. Pepper. Pepper is an example of a homogeneous mixture. I'm sorry, heterogeneous mixture. So under heterogeneous, write down sugar, which is also sucrose or glucose. Yeah. Write sugar as an example of a compound. Paint is also an example of a heterogeneous mixture because paint comes separated. You have to actually mix it in before you use it. Another word for homogeneous is solution. So those are a few examples. Now, write this definition down for pure substance. Try to fit it in as much as possible or put it outside somewhere near pure substance. A pure substance is a substance of matter with bonds with both definite and constant compositions. So basically, in layman's term, a pure substance is something that occurs in nature. It has to occur naturally. If it does not occur naturally, it's not a pure substance. So a pure substance is something that occurs naturally. So examples of those: elements, diamonds, gold, table salt. Those are all pure substances, so they all occur naturally. They're all found in the earth, within the earth, and you can form them. That's why when you look at the pure substance on the screen, it's broken down into elements and compounds. Elements occur naturally. Compounds are combinations of elements, so they occur also naturally. All right, so the first example of a pure substance is an element. A definition of an element is composed of identical atoms, the simplest form. So an element cannot be broken down any further. So examples of elements are everything on the periodic table. All those are elements. If it doesn't come on the periodic table, it's not an element. So that's why they drew the example of the periodic table there. So copper, aluminum, gold, platinum, silver, all of those are elements that occur naturally. Yes, that's the definition right for elements. Identical atoms, and they're the simplest forms. That means they cannot be broken down. You can't break gold down any further. Now, if you have gold oxide, you can break gold oxide into gold and oxygen. If you have water, water can be broken down into hydrogen and oxygen. So those are compounds. Pure substances. You want to finish? Pure substance number 2 is a compound. Compounds are composed of 2 or more elements in a fixed ratio. Also, put in parentheses, chemical. They are chemically combined. Do not mix a compound up with a mixture. A mixture is also 2 or more things, but they're physically combined. Compounds are chemically combined. So, for example, you have table salt, which is NaCl. That can be broken down into sodium and chlorine. You have HCl, which is hydrogen chloric acid. That can be broken down into hydrogen and chlorine. So if you can break it down, it's a compound. And it can be broken down to elements. Now, just a side note, table salt, which is something we eat a lot of. Table salt is made up of two of the most deadly elements on the periodic table. Sodium is one of the most explosive elements on the periodic table, and chlorine is one of the most poisonous elements on the periodic table. But when you combine the two, they neutralize each other, and that's how you get salt. But if you take a small piece of sodium and drop it into water, it will cause a huge explosion. Chlorine, you take too much chlorine, and of course, would poison someone and kill them. That's why you have to test how much chlorine goes into food. So if you put too much, it will literally cause your eyes and body to bleed out. This is just showing you an example of how atoms look. So, mixtures. This is the definition for mixtures. Various combinations of two or more pure substances. And put in parentheses, physical or physically, because they are physically combined if it's a mixture. That means you can take it apart physically. So anything you can take apart, that's a mixture. If you can take it apart physically, it's a mixture. So mixtures have two subparts, which are heterogeneous and homogeneous. Physically. So one example of a homogeneous mixture will be rubbing alcohol. That's all you can know from this one. So you can put rubbing alcohol as an example for homogeneous. Homogeneous mixture, the definition. To shorten this, I'll just tell you the basic definition to write. It's uniform in its composition throughout. So that's the only part you really need to know. It's a mixture that is uniform in its composition. What does uniform mean? It's the same. Someone who's uniform, if they have you wear a uniform, they want you to look similar to other people. So it's the same throughout. You cannot tell the difference. So some examples of homogeneous mixtures, tap water. Tap water is a homogeneous mixture because you can't see all the different variations that go on in tap water. Soda and rubbing alcohol, because they're the same, you can't see that it's a mixture of two different things. Milk. Milk is a homogeneous mixture, but when it's boiled, it actually goes through a chemical change. And that's when it becomes also a heterogeneous, because it separates the oil and fat, and it turns into cottage cheese. Kool-Aid. Some of us can, yeah. Yes, pretty much. All cheese is boiled. That it's not technically, if you sit milk out and it's spoiled, but that's how it's pretty much a spoiled form of milk. Yeah. Kool-Aid can be also a homogeneous mixture, but sometimes we make it heterogeneous. You pour too much sugar in and it just sits at the bottom, and then now you have two layers. But anything that you can that is uniform and you can't tell that it's mixed with anything else, that's a homogeneous mixture. Write this down under homogeneous mixture also, alloy. Write the definition of alloy under homogeneous mixture. An alloy is something that we all wear. Those are mixtures of metals. If you wear gold or platinum, silver or anything, it is not pure. Pure gold is not shiny. If you have shiny gold on, it is not pure gold. It's a carat of gold, but it's not pure gold. Pure gold is dull. Pure gold is not shiny. Pure gold is soft. So, and it's very heavy. So, you cannot, you would not be able to wear pure gold. It will fall. It doesn't hold well. it will eventually fall apart. So they take it and they mix it with silver, or they mix it with copper. And that's how you get 24 karat, 18 karat, so on and so on. The more copper they add to it, or the more silver they add to it, it changes the variation. So 24 karat is as close as you're going to get to pure gold. But the gold is not shiny. If you actually saw pure gold, you wouldn't want pure gold to wear because it's very dull. Not pure gold. Pure gold turns into it. But it could get inside the skin. And that's all a different reaction. They have too much gold, and now you have metal poisoning. Same with bronze. Bronze is a mixture of metal. Steel is a mixture of metal. Brass is a mixture of metals. All those are metals that they mix together to get those new components. The only naturally occurring metals are on the periodic table, which is iron, zinc, cobalt, and so on. So, on your computers, list 3 examples of a homogeneous mixture. And just submit that in. All right, so majority of you got pretty good answers and stuff for people like some people I see can't count. No, they can't count. Yeah, they put one thing there. Heterogeneous mixture, write that definition down. The base form of a heterogeneous mixture is that it is not uniform. It has 2 layers or more. So if it has 2 or more layers, it's a heterogeneous mixture. So some examples are salads. We know that salads have different things in them that we can see. So that's a heterogeneous mixture. Dirt. Dirt has different parts that you can see within it. So it's heterogeneous. Granite. If you have granite countertops or whatnot, you can see little flakes in different colors within it. So granite is a heterogeneous. So any substance that is mixed and you can see the various levels, that will be considered a heterogeneous. What about air? What is air? You say a pure substance. What type of pure substance is it? What is it? What elements are it? You don't know? Oh, if it's a pure substance, then it should be. You say a mixture. Oxygen? Carbon dioxide in it. Now, what did you say? Why is it a mixture? Because it has a lot of stuff in it, correct? So it will be a mixture. A lot of people think air is a pure substance because we breathe in air. But we breathe in what? Oxygen. That's the only part of air that we breathe in. In our air, we have nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. You have all kinds of forms of chemicals within our air, but our bodies only take in the oxygen. Now, what were you going to say? So, air is a mixture of different substances. So, what about falls? What would falls be?
substance.
It's a mixture. What type of mixture? Is it homogeneous or heterogeneous? Homogeneous. Because once again, with fog, it's a thick cloud of something, but you don't know exactly what's within the fog. So homogeneous is the same, heterogeneous is different layers. If you can see the stuff that's in your air, you wouldn't want to breathe it. Same, because fog machines, they release that big, thick cloud. And if it continues to stay on, eventually everything becomes foggy. So you can't see everything. It's rare for you to see everything. So it's homogeneous. So list 3 examples of a heterogeneous mixture. You have them all written down, so it shouldn't be a tedious part. What's that? On the left? And the clock? Have you checked the grade recently?
Everybody knows now. Hey, what about the 86? What about the 86? He ain't trying to use
A lot. That other loud that you don't know where at?
Oh, my God.
Now, classification of matter. Now, this is going to be the most important part for you to understand how to interpret particle diagrams. So you do need to know how to interpret particle diagrams. So, looking at the particle diagram, uniform properties. So look at the heterogeneous mixture it shows. Now, if you look at the heterogeneous mixture, notice that you have the red and you have the gray. They're clumped up in 2 different areas. So that's how you know it's heterogeneous, because it's not evenly distributed. Yes. Now go to the next one that says homogeneous. You notice that you have an even distribution of blue and red. So that lets you know that it's homogeneous. Go to the next one, you only have one color there. So that's a representation of just its elements. And if you go to the next one where you have the little Mickey Mouses, that means that you have a red connected to the white. So that means it formed a compound. So you have to know how to interpret those types of particle diagrams. So now you're going to tell me on this picture, so using your mouse pad, you just write a E, a C, or a homo mixture, hetero mixture for each picture. So do that using your mouse pads. You have to hold the mouse with 2 hands. One has to hold, the second hand has to write. So hold and write, hold and write. Shouldn't be that difficult. Now these are the type of questions you will see on the test. The test for this unit is gonna be next week. We'll be done with this unit by next week. This test, we'll be in a different unit next week. And we just get out of tape, start learning about these ones.
I hate.
This class is called chemistry. Can't know chemistry if you don't know those. Unfortunately.
This ain't biology. I mean, this ain't. Never mind.
Say what?
Never mind. Never mind.
That's my fit. Oh, no, he had. That's strong. Yeah. You just look at the planet.
86, mister. Can I get it up a little bit higher?
Can you get the 86 up a little higher? Yeah, make hundreds on everything else you do.
Bottle.
That's how you get it up higher.
Is there anything else going on in the 6 weeks?
No.
Nope. Oh, if you did not turn in that matter loud from last class period, then a lot of grades gonna be dropping in 6 weeks. And don't put straight zeros, straight down. Every last one that don't turn in, don't have
Hey,
it.
Maria, did we turn ours in?
They should be still the best
We did.
when we have some time left. It's the lab we did, the virtual lab we did last class period. And if you didn't finish it, you were told to take it home and finish it.
Oh, yeah, I'm finished that.
So if I, hey,
Yeah.
what if I turn it in, I can give it to me?
So I put it in the grade book. We'll see. All right, so sharing out a little bit of this.
Who put that?
We spent a lot of time on this, so it's time to move on.
It's supposed to be H-O-M-O.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, now let's look at this one here. Does this look correct?
No.
No, not at all.
It doesn't look correct at all.
No. Well, no.
What the
The first two look right.
No. The first two
Okay. All right, what about this one? Does this one look correct?
no.
With the M.
No, what's with the
No.
M, mister?
Okay, let's look at this one. Does this one look correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yes, it does.
Hey,
That's
somebody.
fake.
What about this one?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't know?
Yes.
We're gonna talk about it. What about this one?
No,
No.
No.
we're not talking about next year.
I know we ain't talking about you.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know either. What the devil?
What about this one?
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Well, that's wrong.
Wait. Let me go.
Yeah, for real.
No.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
That's where they got it from.
Homo. Hey, put the homo in big old blue word.
No.
Can't even see that.
All right, so looking at some of those interesting responses,
Hey, was any of them right?
we're gonna go about. We're gonna talk about it now. Now, looking at the first one, on the first picture, that says hydrogen atoms, meaning that all of those are hydrogen atoms. So that means that they're all what?
Adam. I mean,
Elements. They're the same. They're elements. The second one, you have oxygen and hydrogen atoms that are combined. So that should form a compound. C, you have the blue ones and the yellow ones. They're all in the same jar, but they're not combined. So we know it's a mixture. So if you put M, that is correct. It is a mixture. But what type of mixture?
homo.
Hetero.
C is going to be a homogeneous mixture.
But how?
Because your yellow and blue is distributed throughout. The yellow is throughout the whole thing and the blue. If you look at D, you see how you have clumps of yellow in one spot and blue. So that means you're going to have layers. So you have more yellow than you have blue. So that means it's going to cause layers. Now, you don't have to, now, when we do tests, all you have to do is tell me if it's a element compound mixture. You won't have to break it down to homo and hetero, because that's kind of a little bit sometimes difficult. But, those who did kind of break that down correctly, good job.
Thank you.
Really? Last thing, on the back of your paper, the back of that, yeah, on the back of that, worksheet, I mean, that, flow chart, copy this down.
On the black of
You
that.
do not have to do the little circle, you can just break it up to 3 columns. But if you want to do the little circle, you're welcome to do them. But I will give you about 10 minutes to work on this, and then, well, not 5 minutes, don't take 10. 5 minutes to write this down, and then we're going to go to the last assignment.
Today?
Yes. Shut up. Oh. I have to close.
See, look what you just did. Look at you. I ain't know your art go all the way up there.
Well, I'm gonna keep it like this until my friends first. On the back of the flow chart. See, you have cross feet. One leg going straight, his legs going straight, and y'all collide. Make fun of people. You can call my shit out. Make fun. That's why you got this block, so you just gotta block it out.
That's just about me.
No. Wait, what did you say? We can see you. I know, I can. Listen to your laugh.
I see your forehead.
That's like your hair flying. I'm hibernating.
Okay. Oh.
I do. I work during the week, so on the weekend that's my time. Sleep. Movie. For what? You can see everything for free on the web.
I'm asking
Bootleg.
Bootleg, no bootleg.
Oh, she was talking about bootleg movies that I was watching. I was bootleg. That's actual. You have copy. I just go to a website and look at it.
He said you have a bootleg.
No, not at my house.
Oh.
At their house?
No comment.
Aha.
What about their house?
Yeah, I don't think that it's wrong.
You go over
Wrong.
their house?
Right in your house.
What
Your space.
about their space? What do you got to say? Go to the movie.
Exactly. It's perfect. Go out.
We have to go to Venus. You know, Venus back over here.
Just bring them. Bring the iPad. Just sit right there and watch it.
No.
Or just watch it in the car. That's free in the car. Just watch it. No, not those lights. I'm popping down like
How you is?
31.
31.
31. What's graduated in 2002.
Wait.
What's that wrong though?
Roosevelt High School.
What's wrong with
And the good.
it?
And
I said the
Oakville.
hood.
Oh my God.
Nah, that wasn't. I graduated right on September 11th.
No,
I'm not. No, boy.
All right, moving on to the last assignment. Hold on. See, I'm hoping you forget, but you just won't forget. All right, last assignment that you're gonna be focused on, that worksheet, place it in front of you. On the side that says, flip over to this side right here first. So on this side, you are going to identify each of these representations as element, compound, mixture of elements, mixture of compound elements, mixture of just compound. So if we look at number 1, and we'll do these together. So look at number 1. One with the particle diagrams. So question number 1. What do you see in that picture? So you see things that are stuck together, which are what? What are those called?
Mixture.
If they're stuck together, what are they called? Compounds. So you see a couple of compounds there. Are they all the same?
No.
No. What else do you see in the picture?
Element.
You see single dots, which are elements. So what would you classify this as?
CE.
MCE. So it's a mixture of compounds and elements. So looking at picture number 2, what do you see there?
Compound.
You see things that are combined together. So you see like a little Mickey Mouse. You see the 2 Mickey Mouses that are combined together. And so you see a bunch of compounds. So what would you classify this as?
MC.
Mixture of compounds. Look at number 3. What do you see for number 3?
Compound.
Are they all the same?
Yeah.
Yes, so it's just compounds. You just got it. You got it in terms of the picture. Number 4, what do you see?
Element.
What do we see?
Element.
A mixture of elements. So they're not the same elements.
ME, right?
Yes,
And press every day.
And then
Correct.
Number 5,
Shut up.
elements. And number 6, are they all the same?
No.
yes. No.
So
Yes,
it's a
they
what? Mixture of compounds. You gotta make sure you pay attention because they weren't all the same. Look at that picture in the chart. What does that matter?
I don't like it.
Oh.
You don't like that? No, I'll be over there.
Because you gotta see.
This is really hard.
All right. Look at that. Look at that question 7 through 15. You're going to identify as an element, compound, homogeneous mixture, or heterogeneous mixture. So, using your notes, go through and identify those. Then we're going to discuss those. So, identify them on your own. Hurry up. You got 2 minutes. Nope. Nope. It's almost a minute and a half.
Literally.
Come on, just go through there and come on out here. You're taking a minute. Just, now you're down to a minute. Just type it out. Andrew needs some. Oh, well, put that down there. Right. You have your notes right there. Wow. What's the difference between the look on your notes and the store notes? It's old school. What?
No.
Look at old school. It's really so fun and exciting.
Okay.
Oh, you did.
It's an hour.
Above. Get off the phone.
Now, when you think about it, would it make sense? You gotta think about it. Think about this, can you physically separate order and number?
Well,
They don't mix. So can you take the order off of one? Yeah. So it's a mixture, so what? That mixture of that. Why is it that? But you can see two different spaces. Oh, okay.
She's up. It's a cool thing. If you did, I saw it.
Look at the bottom. It's two of
You in the same grade as me? You a sophomore? Did you go here last year? Oh, I don't hear you.
Don't come down here. I'll be talking
On there.
Hey, get it, JD. Yeah, who were you talking to? Was Brittany? That's an iPhone.
West.
He like the old one. Somebody needs some head on.
You put HE me for number 9.
Nice
to know.
Yeah.
You didn't fill yours out? Not You can read. Did I write kind of?
It's game day. What about? Who would take that?
Well, it has to be a little. Yeah.
The hairs and what?
Did you turn it in?
I don't care. Oh, it's waiting for me. That was
Yeah, you're supposed to do, did you turn it in? When did you turn it in? Anytime you do a makeup assignment, because I've already cleared it. That's why.
Hey.
Shay, boy, on a Friday night, I was like, what'd you say? Oh yeah, Coach Robinson made the meatballs.
All right, so quickly, number 7 on the same side. Number 7. What is number 7?
Home,
Home.
home,
Okay. Number 8. What is number 8?
E.
E. Element. Number 9.
him,
See?
him,
Him.
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 Right?
Okay. Number 10.
See,
C. Number 11.
see,
C. Pure water is a
Element.
compound. Tap water is a homogeneous mixture. There's a difference between tap water and pure water. Pure water is natural and it's not contaminated. Tap water has negative stuff in it. Just like if I said ocean water is not pure water because ocean water has salt. Concrete.
him,
Him. Number 13.
home,
Home.
Home. 14.
him,
Who?
him,
Number 14.
him.
E.
E. Lead is an element. That's Pb on the periodic table. Number 15.
Ham.
Him,
Him.
M.
Number 14.
E. Flip over to the back. Now on the back, you are going to first identify each substance as a pure substance or a mixture. If it's a pure substance, you will classify it as an element or a compound. If it's a mixture, you will classify it as a homogeneous or heterogeneous. So we're going to go through a couple of these. Concrete. Mixture. What type of mixture? Heterogeneous mixture. So it should be it should be a mixture and it should be heterogeneous. Yes, that's fine. Lazy. You'll make it write the whole word out. One word. Sugar plus water.
a mixture,
Mixture. Homo. So sugar dissolves in water. Iron filling. Pure substance. What type? Element. Iron is an element. Limestone. Pure substance. Why is it a pure substance? It's made up of elements. You see the CaCO3 there. So what type of pure substance? Compound. Orange juice with pulp.
a mixture,
Mixture. What type? Hetero, because it has pulp. Now, if it didn't have pulp, it would be homo. If you drink orange juice and it has a little, that means they just squeeze naturally straight from the orange. They're taking none of the pulp out. All right, so you finished the rest. Did enough. Okay. Okay, mixture.
Salt.
And what type of mixture is it?
I like that.
Ocean water is not. Because ocean water is salt water. So it's salt plus water. So it's a mixture. And it should be a Homogeneous mixture.
I missed out. All right, hold on.
Now you finish the rest.
What did you say?
What is air?
Just let it be.
You're so
What's
good.
in it?
It's a mixture.
What type
But
of
you
air?
are.
What type of air do you put in a balloon?
I'm lit because my leg hurt. That's why I'm
So
walking.
what is helium?
Oh, I don't care.
That's helium right there.
Can I see my notes?
What?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I thought you said.
No, it's not
The mixture
easy.
does have
Keep
sulfur.
moving.
And it's a homogeneous mixture.
Like something.
No.
Oh, that's my baseball. I'll play baseball.
Nothing.
I left my pencil.
You left your pencil?
Yeah.
You must, everybody too far away from you, huh?
Yeah.
You feel like you're way across the room now. Yeah. Okay. Your air, if you blow air in there, then you're blowing what type of
Hot
air?
breath.
Okay, so oxygen or helium. Actually, you're not blowing oxygen into the balloon. Actually, you're blowing carbon dioxide.
That's element.
Carbon dioxide is a
So be pure.
pure.
Lean with it.
Now, if it's helium, it's a what?
It's homo.
So it's element.
Element. But if it's carbon dioxide, it's a compound. It depends on which one you want. It could be helium or carbon dioxide.
What's acid? What's that?
What's what? Acetylene. Just look at the formula on the side.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more.
Acetylene. Turn around.
Hey, what's that A word?
Acetylene.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Does it have a formula next to it?
Yeah.
What is that
Go all the
formula?
way down. I did.
Not a mixture. Yes. Those are elements combined. Acetylene.
What?
Just look at the compound that's next to it.
You said tap water was an element.
Look at your notes. One last one, you're out.
Oh my god.
Boom. 3 strikes, you're out.
What?
So tap water. It's not an element, it's not a compound.
Oh, that was
Break it. Break it. There you go. Yes. Go turn the water on and tell them.
I'm on.
That is tap water. It comes out of tap. So if you see the water, how does it look?
Is it pure?
So what is it? Which one is uniform?
Never been at the dough, but it's a mixture though.
Hey,
Yeah.
yes, but at the door.
Never been at the dough.
As good as the door.
No, he is not. No, he's not. I know his 2 older brothers.
Oh, we this. Why are you asking like?
You finish? Finish, Robert?
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, go. Sit. Don't stand up again.
You know you both been going around, so.
Hey, boy, sit down. Unless you sharing saliva or sweat.
And they said something else.
Hey, Robert, breath. Hey, I'm finished. Listen, look.
I'll be sharing breath. You better stop breathing.
All right, so let's finish this up. Robert, go back to your chair.
Look at Mickey Mouse.
Let's fall up.
If only you were like that.
Robert, Air in the side of a balloon. What is that?
Pure.
Now I want Robert to tell.
Oh.
Robert, air inside a balloon. What is it?
Inside the balloon,
Yes. What type of pure substance? What type of pure substance? How is an element? What type of air is inside a balloon? What else?
Carbon.
Air. What type of air do you breathe out?
Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide.
Carbon monoxide.
Dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Come on.
I hope you don't breathe out carbon monoxide. You're killing a lot of people. That's that deadly breath. But
Deadly boy.
woo! All right. Aluminum. Shamar, what is it?
It's a pure element.
Magnesium. Brandon, what is it? Magnesium. Mixture. What type of mixture? Now, one hint for those. Anytime you see a symbol like that, more than likely it's coming from that over there. So, aluminum is an element, which means it's a pure substance. Magnesium is an element, so it means it's a pure substance. Acetylene. Andrew, what is that?
Which one?
Acetylene. Pure substance, what type? Compound. Joshua. Tap water in the glass, what is that? Mixture, what type of mixture? Homogeneous. Jaden, what soil? What is soil?
Soil is a mix.
Okay, what type of mix? Hetero. Okay. Kennedy, pure water. Compound. Pure substance compound. I thought you would finish. Pure substance compound. Chromium. Jet. Come on. What's chromium? Pure substance element. Chex Mix. Taylor. No. Mixture. Heterogeneous. Salt plus water. Other Taylor. Pure. Actually, it won't be a pure compound. Should be a mixture, homogeneous. Anytime it has salt plus water, that means they're mixed together because salt dissolves in water.
Hey, chest mix is a hero.
Yeah.
Does it have different parts to it? Go buy some and see.
And so salt water
Is a mixture. Homo, because it dissolves. Benzene, Mike. Pure substance, homogeneous. Muddy water. Chris. Mixture. I'll go back to it. Mixture and what else? Won't be hetero because mud is pretty much you can't really tell what's in it. So it'll be non-compound, homogeneous. Benzene is a pure substance in a compound. Brass.
Mixture.
What is brass?
Mixture.
Mixture. What type of mix? Yes.
Hetero. Hetero.
It's now remember, if it's a mixture, it can only be homo or hetero. Compounded elements are pure substance.
Hetero.
So what is it?
Hetero.
No. Brass is an alloy, which means it's a homogeneous mixture. Last one, baking soda.
Pure element.
What?
Pure element.
Pure substance, and it's a what? Compound. Remember, an element is only one thing. Simple form. If you see two or more things combined like that, that is a compound. Now.
Oh.
All right, last thing. Go back to open up your Chromebooks. This will be the last thing. I have to quiz you now.
Oh, Lord.
Do we turn them in? Do we turn them in?
I'll talk about that. That's actually going to be a part of notice. This was what will tell me if you understand.
Fire burning.
All right, so go back to your Chromebooks. Answer these questions.
You're cheating off of me, y'all.
All right, turn it back on. All right, go ahead and submit this. You have your notes. You may use them.
Where is it?
You already see there.
Hey, Mr. How do you know AB? Is it ABC? 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
It's the first, it's today, October 1st.
Yeah. You got cool down three.
I ain't got no whole man. I wish I did.
I wish I had some.
Tornado drill.
I know how much I could live off of the time.
Unless you go to prison, you go to jail to get this
My brother got
Other than that, you gotta have a kid. It's a.
Every Wednesday. I mean, every first Monday.
That's what that alarm means.
Tornado.
You gonna run home with a tornado?
Oh,
Run home.
He said George.
Boom, done.
This man said hey, chill out. Hey, he wears the same thing like Mr. Oakley. Oh. Hey, you be shouting at him? You be shouting at him?
Obviously, as you can hear, we have a lot of fun in this class. A lot of fun in this class.
Now, since you roll is more of in, out. That's different. Cabbage patch. Kid and play. Hey, get over there. You can't help them be successful in every test. All right, once you submit your test, go ahead and put your Chromebooks up.
Boy.
Shut down and put the Chromebooks back. Then take a seat.
Great.
The quiz, yes. Oh, God, it's bad. Let me see mine. Jasmine, did you submit one?
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Hey.
Thank you for watching, and as always, please do like and subscribe to me and Hype the Gamer. And until next time, see you later. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
No.